What up, y'all? Welcome back to the Beginner's Introduction to Trading. So, in this video, we're going to start talking about chart platforms. The most well known and the one that I've seen everybody use, I've never seen a trader not use it, is TradingView. Now, TradingView is really cool because it shows you a bunch of charts in real time. And I mean, I think it's the best charting platform out there. I'm glad TradingView is a thing. Um, so let me run into TradingView real quick. All you really have to do is go to tradingview.com, right, and just make an account. Once you make an account, you'll probably have quite an ugly. Unless you go into dark mode, you'll probably have an ugly background. There'll be grid lines everywhere, and it'll look white, and it'll be super bright, and it'll probably hurt your eyes. Now, in order to change all that stuff, you're going to want to go to settings. And if you want your chart to look like mine, you can just go copy my settings real quick. So this is how my chart looks like. And I'm just going to go through the settings real quick so you can see scales and lines. Canvas. Now, this is where it gets really important. The background. I like my background to be black with 0 grid lines. Text, obviously, white so you can see it. Trading. Got rid of some things. Cool. So once you've made your chart look like mine, oh, I forgot. And I got these two indicators, and we'll go through that in a little bit. So indicators, if you want these two, kill zones and MA ribbon, you're just going to go indicators, search kill zones. Oops, I can't type for shit. And then it's going to be this first one by Oscar VS. Your kill zones are going to look a lot different. The kill zones are these gray areas that basically show the opening of certain sessions. And in order to add this one, which are these lines, and we'll talk about them in the future. They're just moving averages. You're just going to search moving average ribbon. It's already right here favorited, but there you go. Moving average ribbon. And in order for your indicators to look like mine, just go to settings for the kill zones. Only have the New York session and the London session. For the style, I pick gray for all of them. All gray. Visibility, I don't think anything's different there. And for the ribbon, I have smooth moving averages for all. I got the 9, 14, 50, and 200 moving average with the corresponding colors that I like. And it'll just copy over here. And your chart should look just like mine at this point. But, okay, that's just getting your TradingView set up. I want to talk about TradingView a little bit more and what it offers. Now, I don't really think you need to get the paid version. I have the paid version just because ads like to pop up if you don't have it. And I like to trade on my phone. And on the phone, the ad pop ups are really big and quite annoying. So I paid. I thought it was worth it for me to pay just to get rid of those ads, but you really don't need to pay for anything. Um, I only use 2 moving averages. If you want to use more than 2, then you'll have to pay. But like I said, for me, it was mostly just ads, getting rid of ads. I don't really like ads. But all right, let's get into it. So, what is everything that TradingView offers? Up here, you could just search for anything, right? Let's go NAS 100. That's what I like to trade. Let's go Tesla. All right, stocks right there. All right, Apple. Yeah, here you could search up everything. You could even look at stocks. So Tesla, Nvidia, futures, Forex, crypto, you name it, they got it. Here you could compare symbols. So for example, bang. All right, these candlesticks up here are the comparison. Now I don't really like doing that, so I'm going to take that off. And then here's your time frames. And your time frames basically say what each candlestick represents. So if you see right here at the bottom, it's February or Friday the 19th of December 2025, and this is 6 a.m. And then you scoot one down, 7, 8, 9, up until the candle closed right there. Just keeps going. So that means each one of these is an hour. If you choose the 1 minute, it zooms in a lot. Each of these is a minute. So yeah, 21, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. You could even go up to daily. So each one of these is now a day. All right, this is the 22nd. This is the 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th, 15th, the 12th because weekends. You can even go up to weeks. So then it zooms out a lot. So it could go from week to day to every 4 hours to every 1 hour to every 30 minutes to every 15 all the way to 5, 1. And if you pay for it, you could even get each one is 10 seconds. And that is very, very zoomed in. I think it even goes up to ticks, which is even less. Like each second, like I would probably never use that. I have the option to. If you have the free version, I don't think you get the seconds opened up, but honestly, you'll never have to use it. I've only ever gotten down to the 1 minute, and that's just for like super scalping. You really don't need seconds at all. I rarely use it. Um, but that's the time frames right there. Here's just a style of charts. I only like candles. Some people like the hollow candles where it just hollows out that one. I think it's quite ugly, so I like candles. Heikanashi is pretty cool. I don't use it, but it just makes it super easy to follow trends so you don't get faked out by regular candles. And they also have different closures. So it closes different. Here's your indicators tab. We already went through it. You could add a bunch of indicators that you might like. Favorites shows your favorite indicators. Indicator template. So if I were to save an indicator template, it would just save these two and it would have it there for me if I ever wanted to see it again. Alerts, super cool. If you want an alert, if it goes up here, you add an alert right there. Add alert right above that candle high. Alerts are super useful. We'll get into alerts in the future. Replay. Oh, replay super good. If you're a beginner, this is going to be your bread and butter. So you press the replay button, continue, right? And you can just try to guess where the market goes. And this is all past data. So let's just say, for example, okay, I think it's going to go up, right? So let's see if it goes up. Wow, cool. I would have made money. Yeah, that's the bar replay. Bar replay, super cool. Um, and then here, if you have multiple stocks to look at, you could just split it in half. Goes all the way up to like, it's insane. Yeah, I only like to focus on one thing. If you have 8 things up, that's doing too much in my example. Full screen mode. Here's your watch list of everything you like to see. So different stocks, different charts. Pretty good, pretty good. These are your active alerts. So if you have alerts, it'll show you right here if they're active, and it'll just take you to the chart. So I have an alert for Microsoft. I'm hoping for it to touch down here. So if it does, I'm looking for a buy. Google, I forgot I even had this thing. Where is it? I doubt it ever even comes back down here, but if it does, I'm looking for buys. AMD, same thing. If it comes to this big support level looking for buys, but it looks like it's bouncing off this support level. And we'll talk about support and resistance in the future. But yeah, Netflix. Netflix is one I'm super, super waiting for. Um, I think it has the potential to do some numbers if it comes down here. I think it'll be a great opportunity to buy. But regardless, okay. Um, this object tree just shows you what you got. So it'll tell you on the chart, right, that horizontal line. If I wanted to, I can remove it. I'm going to keep it there. And then you got chats. You could talk to people on here. I've never DM'd someone here, which is, I mean, that's just me. I don't really use that. Screeners. I never use a screener, but if you want to, you could look for like percentage change above 30%. Holy moly. Okay, now this stock has 128% change. And if you want to, yeah, oh, it's probably a penny stock. Let's see. I don't even know what this is, to be honest. But it went up $225, which is fucking insane. Wilson Bank Holding Company. Cool. Never heard of her. But yeah, screeners are cool. If you're looking for certain things, you can select it and then it'll search up which stock is doing that, which is pretty cool. Really never use it because I only trade Nasdaq. Good faithful community. If you want to get into like DMs or see people's ideas, like this guy thinks this stock is gonna go up. Good for him. Products. I've Okay. Apparently they got more stuff. I've never used it. I'm not even gonna get into it because that's like getting into the weeds. I want to talk about this stuff over here. So, this is what you really want to do. So, over here, we got my favorites. I kind of forgot how to add the favorites up. Oops, let me get rid of that. Usually, if you add favorites, you have like a favorites bar. It'd be nice if I knew how to do that. Um, is it this one? Show favorites. There we go. So these are my favorite items. From here, it'll just be the trend line. Super cool. You can start drawing lines. It'll help identifying trends, like obviously uptrend for sure. So that's the trend line. I really like it. You're probably going to use this a lot. Horizontal ray just adds a ray so you could pick out easy support and resistances. Fibonacci retracement, it's the only thing I use from here. Very good tool for finding potential retracement areas and figuring out if it's a retracement or a reversal. Great tool. I love it a lot. I don't use it too much, but when I do, it always helps. Long position, all right, just so you could get a good indicator of if you have a good risk to reward ratio, and we'll get into that in the future. And that's if you're going long. This one's if you're going short, so profits down, losses is up, pretty much just the opposite. Yeah, so that's that. The rectangle, super cool. The path, I'm gonna get rid of the path. I don't even use it anymore. But rectangle is super cool. I like using it for supports and resistances as well, compared to just lines, because sometimes um, lines aren't that really good for support and resistance because it's more of an area compared to just a price point. So every time it gets close to an area, I like to have like a rectangle or a square there. Um, got my text box in case I need to type something. A little reminder. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You could even have emojis there. Boom. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff you could do here. And if you want, go through it all. This is mostly what I use. And these are the stocks I mostly look at. There's really not much else I can talk about of TradingView. Just you could get it on your phone, and this is what we're going to be using for charting. And I will be teaching everything else on how to read charts on this app. So it's very helpful if you grab it. That's all I have. In the next video, we'll talk about how to read the graphs, and that's when it starts getting really fun. So I'll see you then.